Hello, good afternoon, and hello everyone. My name is Udi from Angel East, Canton. From Angel East. Now, welcome to our Canton Fair Online. I'm very happy to introduce my colleagues today to the demo. Here is my colleague, Mr. Wu, our technical director.
Hi, everyone. It's Reid.
Great. Okay. Here is our master, Mr. Bang.
Hello.
And this is also my colleague who are in charge of the products manager, Mr. Colin.
How you doing? I'm Colin.
Okay. Today, all the verse for the verse will show our products to you on this webcast. If you have any questions, you can contact with me, with us by email and WhatsApp and WeChat, also our official website. Okay, let's go. Come to our demo. Today, we will display three kinds of cake. As we know, Angel is ingredient and yeast manufacturer, but we also produce many kinds of pastry cake and also food ingredient. Today, the main products we display is sponge cake, chiffon cake, and muffin cake. Main products will be used in today's demo. I will list firstly. Firstly is about the cake improver. Here is our improver, cake improver, also called cake gel. In some countries, also the cake emulsifier. And second one is baking powder. One type of baking powder. And the third one is custard powder. And the fourth one is cream of tartar. And the fifth one is muffin mix. One kind of mix. And then during our production, we also add other food ingredients. And later, we will share all the details with you. Okay, first time is our sponge cake. Maybe you have much more idea of sponge cake we use in the sponge cake for the birthday cake, and you can eat normally daily. Yes. But the formula is not complicated, but the operation process is very important. Now I will ask Reid give you more information about the process. Time you now.
Okay, the first products we will make is the sponge cake. During the sponge cake, we will use cake gel and our baking powder and the custard powder in these recipes. So, I will introduce the recipe for sponge cake. We separate by several parts. The part 1 is egg for 100%, sugar 40%. And the part 2 is cake flour for 42%, salt for 4%, and Angel baking powder for 5%. And part 3 is Angel cake gel for 4%. Part 4 is water 5%, milk 5%. And part 5 is salad oil for 10%. So, now Mr. Bao will weight all the ingredients, and then we will during the processing, we will explain what every ingredient, what's the effort for every ingredients. Okay. Now for the part 1, the egg, sugar, we already weight, and now we are weight the Angel baking powder and the custard powder. So Angel baking powder, we have two types. One is animal-free one. The other one is a normal baking powder. Both of our baking powder is a double action one. The baking powder is weight ready. Now we will add the custard powder. It's a normal custard powder, different from the instant custard powder. For a custard powder, it will give the color and the taste to the cake. So after we weight the powder part, and we will shift it. we mix the cake flour and the salt and the baking powder and the custard powder together. Now we will wait the angel cake gear. The angel cake gear total is about 40 grams. This is sugar and milk. Now we will shift the powder part. The powder including the cake flour, salt, custard powder, and baking powder.
Why we have this process to sieve the powder?
Because you can see for the
Sieve on the big,
yes,
that kind
the
of
big side to the
small
small side.
Okay. See the,
After we sieved, the cake can have the better
texture.
texture. Yes.
Because in different area, the humidity air is different. So we have to make our dry material like flour and other things. You have to get into the small blocks. Now we'll begin. We already get the eggs into the batter, the mixer.
The egg are already ready. Now we will mix the egg and the sugar together.
So now in the mixer, only eggs. We mix eggs. We eggs and egg yolk and egg white together, mix well. Then we put. So this is the part 1, yes.
Yeah, this is
So this is 100%. Mean how many kg? 1 kg eggs. And then we put the sugar.
400 grams of sugar.
So this is the part 1.
Yes.
Please pay attention.
In the beginning, we will mix the egg for 10 seconds like that, so that the egg can mix very well.
Yeah.
Then we add the sugar and mix them. The first one, it will be slow speed, so that the
High speed.
the sugar can melt first. Then we change to a high speed.
Yeah. So firstly use the low speed till the sugar dissolve with the liquid egg. Then you can improve the speed and mix. So how can I check when is ready for the part 2?
Now we mix with high speed and think it's the mixing time is about 3 to 5 minutes, and later we will see the color.
Okay.
Okay. If the paste, the color come to a little white, then we will
At the cake
the
jar.
cake jar.
Oh. So the high speed for
It's a high speed. So we will see the color of the paste is turned from the yellow to white.
yeah, generally change
Yeah,
the
slowly.
color slowly, yeah. So I know the cake, the egg, usually in some places very hot. It's better choose the egg from the refrigerators, yes? If the temperature is too high, it's problem for the egg's quality, or it's also cause the problem of a cake. So
You're in summer because the temperature is very high.
yeah.
It's very high. So the pH of the egg is different in winter and in summer. So in summer, we should refrigerate the eggs first.
You mean
So
the
that
chilling the egg
yes.
first and then get out to make the
Yes.
cake. So
So-
all the kinds of cake should follow this theory.
Yes. And also in winter, the temperature is lower.
Yeah, you know.
Is lower. So maybe we should warm the egg first. You can dip the whole eggs in the warm water and for several seconds. So when the temperature is rising. The normal temperature is about is 15 degree to 20 degree. It's
15 to
okay.
20.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's part 2, yeah?
Yeah. Now we ate the part 2. The part 2 is the powder part. We can call it the powder part. It's the cake flour and baking powder and the custard powder.
Now is low speed or high
Low
speed?
speed, low speed. If you mix, we just shift the powder part. So we mix the part 2 with the part 1 with slow speed. When everything mixed well, we ate the cake gear
Okay.
and mix with the high speed. So that at this period, the whole past were rising very fast. That's the key for a breading for a cake gear.
Yes. So means that the cake
Now we can check. We can see the color of the paste. Now it's totally come to white.
White.
Yeah.
So this is the magic cake gel.
Yes.
So this is the part 3, and later we'll add part 4 and part 5. Yes.
Yes.
Later.
Later we'll check the paste. So the advantage of our cake gear have several advantages. Number 1, it can make the paste more stable. The paste including the oil, the water, the air. So the breading pulver can keep the paste more stably. Number 2, because before when we make the sponge cake, we don't add the cake improver. So the sponge cake is very hard and dry. So now, and also it's very difficult to make and very hard to control the processing. Now we have the cake gear, so the whole processing will be very simple, convenient, and also can reduce the difficulty of the cake mixing. And number 3, the cake gear can reduce the specific gravity and the density of the paste and increase the volume. And now we can add the liquid part. The liquid part, the main is the water and the milk with slow speed. Mix for about 1 minute.
So how to judge when you can add the next part?
So usually we will check the specific gravity of the paste. Normally, the specific gravity is about 0.4. What's the mean for this? For example, you can take a container and fill. For example, if the container can contain about 100 grams of water, then we take out the water and we put the paste inside. If the weight of the paste can reach 40 grams, so now the specific gravity is 0.4. That's
So
okay.
this is a standard ratio you are to
Yes.
judge.
Yes.
But now they are evaluated by experience. But for some green hand can use this data to evaluate. Yes.
We were normally if you do like because the specific gravity we check that is very how to say is a normal way. But if you check by hand by eyes, you will see the volume of the paste. The total volume of the paste will rise 2.5 to 3 times than before. Yeah. We can see the paste.
Yeah.
Now the paste is ready, and also if you put the mixing bowl, the paste will follow. We will see if
it's a liquid and the flow.
yeah,
flow
it's
yeah.
like if the paste fall down and stay like this.
Like ice cream.
Yes.
Like ice cream.
Yeah.
Like ice cream can show it can float very fluently. Yeah, so this, okay. But we should hurry, yes?
Yeah. So I will ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
So what's the first step when you making the cake?
Chilling the eggs. Broken the eggs.
No.
No.
Usually, some people were thinking maybe the with all ingredients the first step, but it's wrong.
Why?
The first step is to make the oven ready.
Turn on the oven.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the processing for mixing the cake is normally is very short. So, and also the paste, you know, it contains a lot of air inside and a lot of water, oil, everything inside. So it's not so stable. So we should, when the paste is finished, we should put the paste into the oven directly.
Ah.
Yeah. So that's why the first step is make the oven ready.
Ah, got it. I mean, the warm up.
The oven first.
Warm up the oven is very important for the whole pastry. If you finish all the pasta and then turn on the oven, maybe the time it will take several minutes for the oven warm up. But when you think it is ready, but the air in the pastry will go out.
Yes.
So finished product is not ideal. Oh. Just as I said, my answer is wrong because I think you said eggs should be chilling in summer and warm in winter. Finally, my answer is wrong. Okay, I will remember these tips. Okay, warm up the oven firstly, then do other things of the cake mixing. Okay, this is one we call the scrubbers. It's very convenient. I'm not sure if we can find this one from Anger or Anger products. These scrubbers. Oh, why you do like that?
We will put because
You
during the mixing,
punch, yeah.
During the mixing, a lot of air will go to the paste. But especially when you take out the paste to the baking tray, so some air will get inside. Especially for some big bubbles, some inside. So
So if you do not punch, if you punch it, the big bubbles do not get out. If you do not do that, so result is the tester have the big holes in.
Yes.
So this is the reason why you punch. So all the cake is like this process.
Not all. For example, for chiffon cake and sponge cake, you can do it like this. But for others, like the muffin, brownie, no need.
Why I should follow this? Because I cannot know the exact reason. Both of the theory is that mixing and let the air into the paste. Yeah. Then you can do baking. The process of mixing is the same theory. Why is other one do not need to punch?
Because for sponge cake and the chiffon cake, we were paying more attention to the texture of the cake. Yeah. You know, for this two candle cake, we can use it for a birthday cake.
Birthday cake.
Yeah, so the people will pay more attention to the texture and also for the taste. So that's why.
So the the purpose of punch is that get out of the bumpers of the pastry and ensure the texture is well and smooth. Then, how many minutes we are to baking?
The baking temperature for the sponge cake, the top temperature is 200, and the bottom temperature is 180 degree. And the baking time is 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah, I have a very common question that usually because all of you are chef and have much experience in baking, you can give you the exactly baking time, baking temperature. But you know the recipe, the formula is yours. Sometimes in my bakery, in some industrial bakery shops, how can they judge, evaluate the baking time and the baking temperature?
You know, it's a very common question. You know, in different place, all ingredient is different, and also the oven, the machine, everything is different. Even egg is different. So some place, you know, the all ingredients, maybe you try in some country, it's very good. But if you change it to another place, even another country, it cannot work.
Well,
so for us, what can we do? For example, we can try our recipes first, then we will check the different, then we make some judgment to the machine, to the recipes, so that you can make the good product.
It means if you change the ingredient and also change the situation, occupation situation, you should do some small demo. Yes. Small demo, then you confirm.
Small trials.
Yeah, and you can confirm which formula recipe and process is good for your local or current process. But the baking time, I know you have the time also like according to the weight and the temperature to a judgment.
Yeah.
But I have no idea how can I use some traditional way to check if the pastry is baking well or not. Do you have some idea, tips?
It's for which one? For sponge cake or for chiffon cake?
Sponge cake.
For sponge cake. Oh, okay. The first we will check the color. We'll check the color. If the color is totally golden, or the color is what we want, yeah. So
this
that's
is
number
the
one.
surface.
Yeah, it's the surface. The color is number one.
Remember.
Yeah. Number two is the volume. The volume, for example, for one today we will make totally is around 1,800 almost. So it's just for one tray.
You mean all the ingredient wheat?
Yes.
Flour and eggs
totally.
And water, milk.
All ingredient totally. Yeah. So we will see. Because we tried for many times. So this volume, for example, is totally around 1,800.
Yeah.
The weight of the paste. So usually just for one tray will be 4 of the tray.
Yeah, just
the volume.
Volume, yeah, this one.
Yeah, that's number two. Number three, we will check. We will open the oven and touch by hand. Touch your hand. We will see the surface is dry or not.
Surface dry or not.
If the surface there are very moisture, so it's not
ready.
Yeah, not ready.
Continue baking.
Yes. So number four, we can use toothstick.
Toothstick. Oh,
yeah,
this
toothstick.
Is very fantastic. How can we do
something.
This one?
And we will put the toothstick into the cake.
Inject the cake.
Inject the cake and take out. We will check if the button, because from your eyes and the touch is only for the surface, you can see
inside the texture and the situation of the dough.
So we will use the toothstick and we check if the button, if the front of the toothstick still
sticky and get some pastry.
Yes, so it's not ready. It's not ready.
So sounds very experienced tips. The first one is by color.
Yeah.
Second one is by evaluated by eyes. Yeah, by eyes. Third one is by touch.
Yeah.
By hands. Fourth one you use teeth stick to test. So you remember these 4 tips to check whether your paste is ready or not. Okay, later we can try or can see. Okay, so for the sponge cake, you said is main focus for the birthday cake. Why? Just now, I found you put the cake jar, the color change very quickly for the cake emulsifier. I want to know this emulsifier. You said is make the more stable. Why you should use the stable this word? Sometimes you use this cake jar. The cake stable.
I will give a very simple example. For example,
Yeah.
can you mix the water and oil together?
Oil. It sounds difficult to mix water and water and oil. Oil will lighten the surface of the water beside this one.
Yeah.
So I cannot. I think.
Yeah. So that's effort of the cake improver.
Ah.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
Because for the whole sponge cake paste, it including the flour, the egg, the
eggs,
sugar, and the oil, the water, milk, and also you will put the air inside.
Air.
During the whole
So
mixing.
air is also one important
Before
ingredient. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
yes,
Also
yes.
one kind of ingredient we said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the cake jar can make all ingredients more stably. Yeah.
So I see the color is very good and no smell.
Yeah.
Smell is very light and also so means his function can mix all these ingredients, balance,
Yes.
mix very well.
Yeah.
So that is one. It's the function. The purpose is more focused to make the dough, the pastry, stable.
Stable.
So this is the key ingredient for all the cakes.
Actually, it can keep the air in the paste so that when you're baking, the volume of the cake will be rising, will be bigger than the normal one.
Got it. So this is the function of the cake jar. Why? That is no. Some country they said cake jar you can cake improver. Someone they said cake emulsifier. Also, this is the basic cake jar.
Yeah.
For Andrew, also have other special cake jar. If you are interested in these products, you can check with our official website en.andrewace.com and also official WhatsApp, WeChat, LinkedIn, something like that. Ensure everything you can get the information and contact with us. So this is for the cake jar.
Yeah. So next, we will introduce our baking powder. The baking powder for us, we have two types. I just introduced before. This is the animal-free one.
I said, okay, this is very long name. We call it double acting baking powder. And also a Russia, I don't know, double acting. And here is the Chinese is aluminum free.
Yeah.
So I have two questions. Double, how double? Double acting, when is the first acting and when is the second acting?
Okay. The first action is, you know, the baking powder. If the baking powder meets with water,
Yeah.
the gas will come in.
So do you suggest me put the baking powder directly to the water?
No.
No?
When we make the paste,
Yeah.
you know, in our recipes, it contains the eggs and water and the milk.
Yes.
So when you put our baking powder inside, the first during the mixing time, so the baking powder will release the gas. So the volume of the paste will rise. That's the one
And
action.
that is the first acting.
Yeah. So the second one is when you put the paste into the oven. So the paste will be heat. So at this time, the baking powder also will release the gas. So the volume of the cake will rising. That's
so
that's
this
the
is
second
double.
action.
So that
we
is
call it
double action. So my understanding that the double acting, the first acting is that baking powder contact with liquid ingredient have a first step of acting, and when we put the paste to the oven with a high temperature, so we will come to the second acting. So that is double acting.
Yes.
Oh, so some ask one if I can put this one directly to the water, so it's not it's not good, because if I put the baking powder directly to the water, even it have the first step, but already finished because he cannot mix with the flour.
Yeah.
So please remind you that do not put your baking powder directly to the liquid. You should put all the dry material together with the water. If you only put this one single to the water, so the baking powder we are using this cannot have the function. Okay, so this is about double acting. Okay, I got it, the meaning. Another one, animal-free, as I said, I checked, Angel is focused on the nutritional and healthy ingredients. Aniline is main focus on the products that is not good for the especially children and old people in their bone. Calcium lost is focused on the allium. That is why in currently dieting we are recommend allium-free products for both all the ingredients of Angel's products. So if you want to know more information for the animal-free products, we also have animal-free baking powder, animal-free utilization agent, and other kinds of products. So we are focused on this point. You want to know information, just contact with us. Okay.
Okay. By the way, the Angel is the biggest animal-free baking powder producer in China.
Oh, so I do not know this information because I only know, before I have no idea animal-free. Animal-free I have no idea. So now is that if you focus on your own health, especially for the baking, you should get more to check what. But I know, so China is issue some law forbidden use the baking powder with animal-free. So you are pay attention to the ingredients you are purchase. So this is the main tendency, even out of China.
Yeah. Okay, next product we will introduce is custard powder. It's a normal one. In this morning, we introduced our instant custard powder already, but this one is the normal custard powder, and it's not only used in baking, it also can be used in the cooking. A lot of ways can be used. Yeah, even cooking. It can make for soup.
So if you in soup in some country you use the custard powder as material, soup material.
Yes. So for our custard powder, in baking, it usually gives the color and the flavor to the product.
Color and flavor.
Yes, and also the cost is very low.
But someone we are afraid the color is so shining and so brightening. I'm afraid to taste it. Why you think our products can be recommended to the market?
Because the color of our custard powder is come from beta carotenes. It's natural.
So means these products, the main ingredients get from the maybe carrot. So my Jerry, carrot means the color is natural one, is not the chemical or combined with one.
Yeah.
Okay, custard powder.
Okay. So now the sponge cake is in the oven. Now
How many minutes already baking?
10 minutes, sir.
So here or this one or this one?
This one. Now we are waiting.
Okay, well, I must check the situation because even we are familiar with this process, but we also ensure 100%.
Still need more time. Now we are preparing the second one, the chiffon cake.
Okay, so now time to ready to